before he'd cause
No,
problems.
no, because then he'll start trying to fight Sam.
Well, we're probably about done with the commercials. I always refresh it.
How do I?
Because he went live.
It always does that. Calm down. Go ahead and start it, because
welcome to Jtwes Monday Night Live. Sorry guys, we're talking.
You, not what we.
Well, I don't see it starting yet.
I know it's always this delayed.
That delay.
Yes, you just start because they're going to see it.
You can change a tire before it starts.
For us, not for them.
For them. Mm-hmm. Well, you're seeing it like they're seeing it. But anyway, how y'all doing tonight? Hope you I told Leno tonight, I said, we got to get a picture. And I said, maybe I'll put Sammy's Nemesis on here.
Yeah.
He's hunting him hard.
I call him the ghost deer because we only see him in that form in this middle of the night.
He come out at 6:15.
When?
3 days ago.
I didn't see that.
That picture right there may have been at 6:15. It doesn't say. You can't see it from there.
Well, because the only time I've seen it is at like 3 a.m., 11 p.m.
No, I've seen him a couple times, 6 and 10 and stuff, but he ain't coming out when Sammy needs him to. So we're fingers crossed that Sammy will have a wonderful story to tell y'all one day on this booger. Or Ellie, because Ellie hunts him too now. So this could be Ellie's.
Elliot comes home for hunting.
Yeah, Ellie, he could.
He likes what we have here. And not to mention our neighbor Philip.
And he got me thinking about coming out of retirement, but I said, no, we're going to let the boys. We'll let the boys do it because they're hunting now, and I hadn't been hunting, and so.
Well, and Philip, our neighbor who owns the farm beside us, has seen him too on his cameras. He also seen a bunch of raccoons, so I think Miss is living on his property now because it's away from the dogs and the goats and just the general noises of our home.
Oh, and guys, last couple weeks, sometimes the live stream stops. So if it does, just hold tight, and I'll check the.
Yeah, just wait.
I'll check the phone and get it restarted. So don't let the live stream go if it does. Just give a second.
All right, so we have Jason McDonald on.
Hey, Jason McDonald.
He says, "Nice dear, happy Thanksgiving."
Thank you, happy Thanksgiving.
And Brian is on, Farm Boy 59.
Hey, Brian.
Good looking deer. Go get him, Sammy. Hope all is doing well. Welch Farm, North Carolina is on.
Hey, Welch Farm.
Hoping everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Joseph Lott is on.
Joseph Lott.
Good evening from Ashland, Alabama. Wishing everyone a blessed, safe, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think I heard him say that. Thank you, Joseph.
Paul Ford is on.
Hey, Paul Ford.
John Briggs.
John Briggs.
Cajun Homestead.
Cajun Homestead.
And Johnny Edgerton.
Hey, Johnny.
And Cajun says Sammy needs a brighter spotlight.
Yeah, he does.
Well, and it's funny because that deer...
Actually, we got one to do it. That mag light would do it.
Yeah, I'd said before on our lives that one of the game wardens we were talking to, I showed him that deer. I said, look what we got over in our, on our cameras. And he was like, where's that at? And I was like, you don't need to know. I didn't tell him where we lived. Because, who better to poach your land than a game warden?
Yeah, he was a 10-pointer last year, and he's 11-pointer this year.
T. Hawkins is on.
Hey, T. Hawkins.
Good Monday evening, everyone. Jim Kaufman is on.
Hey, Jim.
Good evening, Joey and Leno. Y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
I hope so.
And Joey Neal is on.
Hey, Joey.
And Elliot Lindsay.
Elliot, how are you?
Janice is on.
Hey, Janice.
Timbo L.
Hey, Timbo.
And IP Farms.
Hey, IP. Nelson.
Nick Blanton.
Hey, Nick. Nick did make it on here.
Yeah, Nick says, evening, y'all. I made it. Got all the windows fixed just in time.
Nick's been busting church windows on purpose. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. It's a lawnmower.
Farmall Eric is on.
Hey, Farmall Eric.
Nice seeing you both. Been out of power since Friday. Had a bad snowstorm hit us. Got power back today.
Oh, man.
Woo! Friday to Monday. Woo. That's a long weekend without power.
You know what? Just his name, Farmall Eric, tells me that he got it done.
He was able to.
He made it happen.
Yeah, he made it happen. he
just
survived.
His name,
yeah.
Farmall Eric. He made it happen.
He was one to survive without power. William May is on.
Hey, William.
Good evening and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, sir.
Stan says, I need to restart. My life is on pause.
Hey, Stan, I need to call you.
But he may mean his live is on pause. So send, yeah, X out of it and go back to the live.
Well, make sure we're still moving in here.
We are.
Okay.
Farm Life with Avery is on.
Hello, Avery.
Says, hey, y'all, I just got a new camera for the YouTube channel. I'm having a friend over tomorrow, so he's going to film for me.
Oh, that sounds good.
Happy Thanksgiving to all.
Avery, don't go too crazy with them cameras. I have found out that a good late model, when I say late model, like latest generation iPhone, is hard to beat them. The biggest thing is trying to stay on the right side of the sun for me, because the westward sun hits my house.
Paul is on.
Hey, Paul.
Says, good evening, guys. Had a 6-pointer decide to headbutt me Saturday morning. The dump trunk won. I'm sure it did. Albert Bell is on.
I bet he run over that thing. Hey, Albert. I bet he run over it and it's like...
Yeah. Albert Bell says, howdy from Bell Bottom Farm.
Bell Bottom Farm.
Which is my favorite farm name.
Yep.
Pat Doka says, happy holidays from Glendale, Arizona.
Hey, Pat.
I know, I'm sure if you go to Arizona, it might not feel like Thanksgiving. Pat, what's your temperatures like in November? Because I know the desert gets really cold at night.
Yeah.
So I think they fluctuate really major temperatures. Let me see if I can say this right. Badunk. Badunk is on.
That would be new for us.
Yeah.
Hello, Badunk.
Howdy, have a nice Thanksgiving.
Thank you, sir. I say, sir. Could might not.
Yeah.
Be.
And then J Peel is on.
Hey, JPL.
Says, good evening, everyone. Or good evening at all. Hope you all have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And Eric from...
Hey, this is probably a crazy question. But
What?
do they celebrate Thanksgiving in England?
I don't know, because
JPL, let us know.
traditionally Thanksgiving was when the Pilgrims came over.
For us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't know if it had kind of spread across the world.
I don't know. They might have something
I mean, Elvis spread
similar.
across the world.
Like Canada, Canada has something similar, but it's
Yeah.
not aligned with our Thanksgiving. The W is on.
Hey, the W.
Says howdy, y'all. And Sundowner Whoop Whoop is on.
Sundowner.
And
Got everybody in here tonight.
Farmall Eric said, LOL, we survived and got some good news getting a Farmall H either this weekend or next. It needs a little work, but I got all winter to tinker and get it going for spring.
Sounds like a good plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because winter is a good time for the projects.
Yeah. Which I don't really have any lined up myself.
The W, I already read the W. Avery said $50 on Amazon.
Oh, that's good, Avery.
Mm-hmm. That's a good little investment for starting off.
I thought maybe Avery done talked his mama into getting one of them Sonys.
Yeah. Paul said the truck was coated in salt and grime from snow up in the mountains last week. It left a perfect impression of the deer's head on it. Wow. Yeah.
You should have took a picture of that, Paul.
Yeah. Bama Tractor is on.
Hey, Bama Tractor.
Says, I made it. The grandkids came over, so Jtwes took second place.
Yeah, there you go.
That's okay.
Every day.
Yeah, that's how we are, too. Is wouldn't we get our grandbaby?
Yeah, Will and Maggie just left.
Mm-hmm. So technically she was here. She's just still in the womb.
Yeah.
Warherstead is on.
Warherstead.
Happy Thanksgiving week, everyone.
Warherstead always reminds me of wanting to say Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
I can say it because I can say Worcestershire sauce.
Sundowner says happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Laura is on.
Hey, Laura. Hey, Sundowner.
Laura says caught y'all just in time. And Pat says 44 overnight and 76 during the day. Most days are full sun, no snow in the valley.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so in the they would probably do like I do with the auto thermostat, because it gets cold at night and then I need the heat on, and then
I would imagine his 77 though is a pretty dry 77, so it probably doesn't feel real hot.
yeah. Because even today, the air conditioner tried to come on because it was in the 60s here today, and the house got to...
If we lived out there at the same temperature, we'd probably have it on heat only, because 77 wouldn't be hot enough for us.
Well, I don't know, with the sun. In the house, with the windows?
It depends.
Because, I mean, that's how it is here today. it was in the 60s and the house got up to 80. And I have the thermostat. If it gets up to 80, the air conditioning kicks on in the winter, you know, because I don't want it to get that hot in here. Paul said he's got a picture. He'll send it to you. David is on.
Hey, David.
Hello, happy Thanksgiving. And Brian says, looking at a Super A and hope all falls in place for me.
Who said that?
Brian,
Brian.
Farm Boy 59. And J. Pill says, no Thanksgiving here, but Black Friday has made it here. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Black Friday deals. Yeah.
I wonder if anybody in England's ever asked, well, what's the reason for Black Friday? You know, because it's traditionally followed Thanksgiving.
Right. And I never shop on Black Friday. I never do. Fridays.
I don't think retail is probably half of what it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, like in-person shopping.
In-person retail.
Yeah.
Is
Now
half.
Cyber Monday is the big deal.
Yeah.
Now I might get something on Cyber Monday if it's like a good deal, but even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Friday after Thanksgiving was always a day of just chilling out, you know.
I seen a meme that said it had 3 different dates, and the last date was Black Friday, but it was $4.99 for TV, $4.99 for TV, and it was like hold, and then it said $8.99 now $4.99 on Black Friday. Buy it. It's been $4.99 the whole time.
Right. Yeah, they definitely use some psychology on a lot of those ads.
Oh yeah.
'Cause even I had got something for someone at church, and I have no idea how much it cost before, but it said /20% early Black Friday deal. And I was like, oh, yeah, I need to get that. That's lower than everything else. But it's psychology. I'm sure it wasn't, you know, it wasn't that high to begin with.
Oh, and for Thanksgiving, guys, I thought I may set the phone up and put a microphone on the phone, put a microphone on me, and just, it may not be a lot of interaction there, but just, we'll cook a turkey. And watch us cook a turkey.
Yeah.
But I want the phone to be stable because on a live, it shakes too much if you try to hold it. And so I want it to be.
And it'll be out in the shed too because he's going to deep fry it. So it'll be out there and you'll be there. And I'm sure the boys.
Yeah.
You know, I may come out there if I have time, but you know, I've got all my stuff ready to go and all my desserts lined up.
I thought it'd be something to do on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
As long as it don't rain. They're calling for rain, and if it does, it may be too loud. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because of the roof.
The metal roof.
Yeah. Gurney is on.
Hey, Gurney.
Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Hit the like button. It helps.
Thank you. Yes, it does, Gurney.
And Orbra is on. Says hello, Jtwes.
Hey, Orbra.
And Outdoors with Elliot is on.
Hey, Boo.
I've been after that deer a couple years now. He doesn't like the other deer. He's always by himself. Yeah, he's a loner, definitely.
Well, you get your chance tomorrow, Boo.
Yeah. Pat Doka says, I'm a baby. Keep the thermostat heat 72 and cooling at 76. Climate control. And Cajun Homestead says, are y'all frying the turkey? Yes, we're going to fry it.
Yeah, going to deep fry it.
Yeah, we got our oil. Then we're going to pass the oil along.
If Ellie gets the equipment over here.
Oh, yeah. Elliot, bring your stuff tomorrow, please.
Yeah, so I can inspect it.
Elliot got a new fryer, a new turkey fryer. So we're going to borrow that. And then we're going to send him back with the oil we use so that they can do theirs on, I think, Friday. They're doing their you know, with all of us having a big family now.
Oil's so expensive, man.
Yeah, which all of us having a big family, you know, not all of us can do Thanksgiving on Thursday or all come here. So Elliot and Kaylee have something going on for her family on Friday. So they're going to reuse that oil Friday.
Elliot's going to use it for frying fish.
Yeah, so, yeah, because we'll reuse that oil till we can because it is expensive. T. Hawkins, Leno, those yawns are contagious. LOL.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I try not to, but I got me a coffee here, but I just sometimes it just doesn't work. And I got up late this morning.
We both did. Oh my God.
I have not gotten up late.
Leno.
I don't know how many years it's been. I overslept, and I don't know if I was dreaming and I woke up and shut my alarm off or what happened. Because I looked, I had my...
It was 10 after 7.
Yes, I had my phone on, my alarm on, but I never do that. So I don't know. My sleep and tiredness has just been off lately. Paul says, planning on doing mine on the smoker here, hoping it doesn't rain. Yeah, I hope it doesn't rain. I haven't looked at the forecast. I looked a couple days ago, and it was like 50% chance. So I don't know.
Is it my imagination will Bojangles make you a turkey?
Yeah, seasoned turkey.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if they fry theirs or if they roast it or smoke it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pecan Grove is on.
Hey, Danny.
It says, hello, good people. Warstead says, people are frying turkeys in bacon grease here now.
You know, I was just thinking to myself, I wished I had enough lard. I would fry it in lard because I think I read where the smoke point of lard was $3.75, right at 400. So I mean, it would work.
Elliot said, I'll bring it tomorrow, the stuff. But he said they smoked a turkey today at my work, and that was the best turkey I've ever had.
Oh,
smoked turkey.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I bet Trey smokes one. I'll have to ask Allison.
Yeah, I no doubt that a smoked turkey would be good.
Trey has a really big, nice smoker. I bet it would be good in there. We do need a smoker. We've got so many people. Then we could smoke some chicken for plow day.
Pellets.
Yeah. We'll have to look into that.
Danny's got.
Or maybe Elliot will get one now since he's actually had one.
Danny's got a smokehouse he just built. He can smoke a turkey in it. Nice. Center block.
Cajun Home says, do y'all shoot him up with Tony Chachery Cajun butter?
Sammy is wanting to.
They're not talking about the deer. They're talking.
I know
about
the turkey.
Okay.
He's talking about injecting the turkey. Yeah. Sammy's wanting to do some injections, but me, I'm just good straight butter and some Lowry's. I'm good with that. Am I saying that right? Lowry's?
Lowry's. Yeah.
Put a little bit of that Redmond salt on it.
Stan says my microphone is working better than yours tonight.
Oh, I don't know.
I might just be louder, Stan.
How's that, Stan?
Brian says, I have a coworker hunting at my garden spot, and so far have a button, a spike, a small 4-point, and large 10-point who's been regular.
Oh, yeah, that's just the biggest deer on that camera. There was 6 does eating down there, and we used to, honestly, guys, I know this sounds terrible, and I wish they would go back to doing it. We have a lion, what is it? It's a lion preserve.
Conservatory.
Just right up the road, 3 miles up the road from my house. And you used to be able to take them deer that you didn't want, and preferably they would like a clean shot on them, not in the body, so a good clean shot. And you could take it up there, put it in front of the dumpster, and they'd get it the next morning and throw it to the lions. And they don't do that no more. I wish they did because, man, we'd call us some deer problems.
Somebody probably needs to just call and ask them, because I don't know what hindered them from saying no more. We can't accept deer anymore.
Because
it may have been just for a season, like if there was some sickness going around with the deer at that point, and they still want it, So I think somebody probably just needs to call them and ask them, because I don't see why they would turn that down.
Because if I was a lion, I think I would rather.
They do
eat that deer meat.
The Conservative Center said they love the wild game stuff, so the lion would prefer the deer than whatever they get, which I'm guessing is chickens and stuff.
My uncle just informed me he killed another 210-pound bear across the street from my house.
Well,
so that's 3 he's killed over there.
Yeah, I've never even seen one with my own eyes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stan says that's better. Your microphone, if it being it closer. Warstead says, while you are deep frying that turkey, get a big roasting hen and fry that also. We prefer deep fried roasters to turkey. So we'll have the chicken later on in the week. Allison's on.
Hey, Allison.
And she says Trey is going to smoke one. It's his first attempt, so we'll see how that goes.
You got to send some pictures and let us know.
I'm sure it's going to be good. Because that's the first person I thought of. Was like, oh, I know Trey can smoke a turkey.
I do enjoy the smoked turkey legs at Thanksgiving. I mean, at the fair.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah, at the fair.
Paul says, I'll brine mine for a day before it goes on the smoker.
Well, we got the cheap Food Line $5 turkey. After you bought so many groceries, it's like $5.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know the name of it. It's not Butterball. It's like
something farms that
something
you
farms.
haven't heard of, but
I don't know.
But we've always bought an off-brand turkey to get the 27-pound $5 turkey, and it's always been fine and it's been good. So we just
the Butterballs were like, well, they had them marked down pretty good. I think the one I had was what, $12 or something, 15.
It was 15 something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I seen the $5 one, and I was like, oh well.
I know that's 75% off or something like that.
But something that a lot of people won't eat because she has to have a sparrow ham.
Yeah, I made sure to get my spiral cut ham. I figure okay,
supporting the Chinese.
I'm getting close to half a century old. I think I deserve a spiral cut ham if I can afford it.
But not from Smithfield's though.
I mean, honestly, isn't that like the problem with all our food now?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jack Graham is on.
Hey, Jack.
Good evening, folks. Good to see everyone. We're going the easy route. Costco roasted chicken will be served. A very blessed Thanksgiving to all. So much to be thankful for.
Yes, we are, Jack. And I was going to say tonight, if any of you guys want to, you can say what you're thankful for. Mm-hmm. I'm thankful for most of all, and first of all, is Jesus, for his grace and mercy and saving me, and my wife and my kids and my boys, the house, everything we have. You guys,
yeah,
you're all supportive. I'm thankful for I guess you call it the YouTube community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've made some very good friends.
Wonderful friends out there.
And we've got some good other Christian fellowship through YouTube. We've met a lot of nice people and a lot of very generous people.
Yep.
And so, yes, I'm thankful for them too. And also, it's on that note, at church we had something called the table, as far as a class we've been kind of doing.
Yes.
And it was about who are you inviting to your table? Who's at your table? And so we also want to be mindful of, and I want to encourage you people also to think about someone in your community, family, whatever, that may be alone this Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Or is going through a hard time. Maybe they've had a death in their family. Maybe they're newly divorced, or, whatever's going on. Just, it's not going to hurt to ask. You're like, oh, they wouldn't come. Just ask. Just asking them, even if they have plans, could be a great encouragement to somebody. So me and Joey plan on doing that. We've had a few people in mind that we know, don't have the, I guess.
We don't have a lot of family around here.
Yeah, the family dynamic that we are blessed with. And we're going to have plenty of food and plenty of room. So we're asking them this week to 2:00, come on by.
Up.
Yeah, show up. Show up. I'm actually getting an extra table from church so that I do have enough room and have a table. So we're prepared. And I just want to encourage everyone else to do that. And if there's anybody here local that watches our YouTube, even if you've never commented before and you're thinking, hey, that's me and I really could use it this year, email Joey.
Show up.
Yeah, what is it, Jtwes or
Joey.
what? Joey at jtwes.com. So feel free to. We'd love to have you.
Need to get you an email, Lino@jtwes.com.
Well, I don't really check emails. I mean, I got so many work emails. I don't want to check email on my free time.
I'm just playing.
Now, most people have my text. Well, they'll text me, but I'm like, I have enough email boxes at work that I don't want to do it on my free time. Let's see. Hold on. Brian says these deer will head for a cooler if they show up the rest of the week. Yeah, they'll be in the cooler, especially now where a lot of people are getting a little off time. You got time to hunt. And Timbo, breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Trump wanted for beating 2 women, Hillary and Kamala.
Yeah, I'd made a comment there was a pastor talking about spreading the gospel of Jesus and talking about Jesus, and which he's right what he said. And I made a comment in church one day. You know, we're all kind of worried about how this election was going to go because we may end up losing some of our religious freedoms, you know, on down the road. The way things were going, and I made a comment. I said, well, you know, if Trump wins, we need to make sure you don't kind of get complacent and be like, oh, well, we're good
Fall
now.
back into your,
And then
you
you
know.
never say nothing about the Lord to anybody while you have the freedom to do it. Because it may be one day you can't. And
Well, and that's a lot of people is you want the freedom to do what you think you might want to do, even though you're never going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not just with the gospel, that's with anything.
yeah, so take that space of time that he's given us with Trump and make full use of it. And I'm not saying, because I don't do this, guys. I'm not saying go out here to the street corners and start preaching. I mean, just, you know, it could be you talking to your waiter at the restaurant, and you may say something to them or something. I mean, yeah, you know.
The W says I'm smoking a brisket and a turkey for Thanksgiving.
Ooh, I'd like to have the brisket.
Yeah, I would like a good brisket.
Yeah,
we
I
haven't
love
had
brisket.
one
We
in a
gotta
few
get us a
years.
smoke. We're going to have to get us a smoker. We're going to get a pellet smoker with a temperature control on it.
Yes.
Maybe Trey can tell us what he's got or what he would get.
Yeah, because he would know.
He may have some stuff about his he don't like.
Right. Yeah, we'll get Trey's input on that before we purchase one.
And speaking of Trey and Allison, and you know, we wouldn't know them without you two.
Right.
That's why we're thankful.
Right. And also keep them in your prayers this year, too. I know Allison will have a great community and a great, you know, family and church family that will surround her and love on her Thursday. But, you know, this is their first Thanksgiving without Nikki. So just keep her and the boys in prayer for this week, because I know it's going to be a little tough on her. Bart Sexton says, if y'all got bears, then put out some peanuts. I did that last year to keep the squirrels off my corn and had 3 different bears. And just last week, a huge mama and 2 cubs passed through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen one.
Sammy's got some squirrel practicing he's going to have to do in January.
The only thing we've seen on our camera is a fox and, of course, those possum. But the possums just come up
And the geese. I mean,
the
and
ducks.
the ducks.
Yeah, the ducks.
The ducks just regular think they got just a pile of corn.
The ducks are like, oh, thanks.
They think we poured out the pile of corn down there for them.
Right, but they don't eat much, and, you know, they're not out there at night. They stay on the pond at night.
They must have one heck of a gizzard. Mm-hmm. I mean, to grind that, because it's got to get...
Oh, yeah.
They don't have acid that breaks it down. They have a muscle, the gizzard, I think. Y'all tell me if that's just chickens now. I may be wrong. I just assumed the duck's got a gizzard.
Paul says, I just got a breast and a few legs here. Should be more than enough for us and fit on the smoker easily. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, we wouldn't have a whole turkey if we weren't having a bunch over.
Yeah.
We would probably just get a turkey breast or something, too.
I don't know. $5, I'd probably just cook the whole turkey and then freeze what we don't eat.
Yeah. I'm just not big on turkey. I'm not.
Yeah, I like the turkey leg and the thighs.
And even leftover turkey, then it gets weird.
I don't like breast meat.
That weird smell to it. It's not a spoiled smell. It's like a cold cut type smell that I just don't like.
Guys, if my chins keep itching me for the last week, y'all gonna see what I look like without a beard. I'm telling you, I'm getting tired of my chin itching.
It always itches you when it turns dry.
I know.
You know. Yeah, Orbra says ham is better than turkey anytime. Yes. And I make those brown and serve rolls. And you make a little ham sandwich like the next day. Oh, I could eat those,
and
live
Allison,
off those.
I totally know. I wanted her to make me some, what is it? Sweet potato casserole.
I'm going to make the first sweet potato casserole.
With some of Larry's sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I've never made one before, but I got a good recipe from, I don't know if it's Paula Dean or somebody that I trust with their stuff. So I'm going to make that this year for the first time. J. Peel says we have turkey for Christmas here.
Ah.
Stan says, I just checked my glasses. They're not too dirty. You guys went out of focus a couple minutes ago. Maybe another retina detachment. Oh, I don't know, Stan. Let's not jump to that yet. I don't know.
J. Peel, at Christmas, they England's got them pop things where you pop it
Oh
apart.
yeah, I think that. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a celebration thing.
Yeah, well, it's at Christmas. You pop it apart and it's got something in it.
Yeah, I think it might. I don't know if it's candy in it.
No, it could be a little gift.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Bart says my aunt and my brother that live alone will be coming to our home for Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Good. Stan says, tell Sammy to quit messing with the camera. He's not, Stan. The W says, I'm thankful for my salvation most of all.
Hey, Sammy.
But I'm also very thankful that Christ allowed my dad to survive a massive heart attack yesterday.
Oh, amen.
The Lord works wonders and answers prayers.
Well, just watch that thing and make sure it ain't going in and out of focus. I don't think it does like an iPhone and has that little square on it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Timbo knows me so well.
Wow, what do you
He
say?
says, got the burn and serve rolls ready today. Look, and I made garlic bread today, and no lie, Joey was sitting there at the bar while I was cooking them. And I said, I have to stand here in front of the stove.
Okay. Okay.
I said, I have to stand here in front of the stove because I just put garlic bread in, and I can't walk away or I'm going to be distracted and burn it. So I look at it, I close it, and I just turn my head to talk to him for a minute, and I open it again, and they're like almost charred. I'm like, no! So then I yank them out, but they were still good because the bottom side was soft. So I served them anyways.
See, let me tell you what happened there.
I had brown and serve garlic bread today, Timbo.
Let me tell you what happened there.
Or burn and serve. What?
That's a classic wife thing.
What?
What you perceived as a minute of talking was actually 5 minutes.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I probably talked to you while you looked at your phone. And so I didn't realize how long it was. I might have had to say it like 3 times.
Everybody out there whose wives are watching this right now going to be like, shut that off. Just playing, guys. I actually know it was really like 30 seconds.
I know, it just went
Did
like
you
that.
have it on broil?
Yes.
Yeah, broil is...
I know what broil is.
That's like having a blowtorch right above it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I was standing there so that I could just keep an eye on it. Because I really can't see in the oven with the light.
You leave the thing open with broil.
I should have. I'll do that next time.
Yeah.
I'll stand there and then crack the door so I can see
You
it.
leave it quarter open on broil.
Okay. That's my plan for next burn and serve bread.
There's been many a steak cooked on broil in the oven.
Yeah. So the W's dad had a heart attack yesterday. He did survive it, so we'll pray for him.
Wait a minute. W, is that... how can I say this? Is that my preacher's cousin? It may be. Because if it has, we definitely been praying for him. He'll let us know.
Okay. Jack Graham says, thanks for thinking about those that don't have the family or friends to be with on Thanksgiving. Yeah, Jack, we've been doing that at church, and it really laid on me. I was trying not to tear up at that video about a man not being able to make it home for Thanksgiving. And it was a conversation between him and the flight booking agent. And he's like, you don't understand. I'm going to be alone for Thanksgiving after a whole back and forth. And she's like, sir, with all due respect, you're not the only one who'll be alone this Thanksgiving. And it hit him like, wow, you're right. Like he was just thinking about himself, but it was just it was hard to hear. Brian wants to know, did you plow under the cornfield that had the fungus?
I did. And Sam spread some rye on it, but I think we probably should have tilled that rye in, because I have not seen a whimper of it sprouting, which I haven't walked through it, but he cut it and broadcasted the rye on it, and we were thinking that maybe just the rain itself would cover the seed up enough to make it sprout. And I hadn't seen that. It didn't look like it has. I probably should have honestly run that little drag hair that I got for the 140 over it after he slung it over it. But it was so powdery dry that day. But it rained a couple of days afterwards. So I don't know. Maybe the dove come in and said, "Oh man, look at all these seeds."
Yeah.
But it's not coming up real good. But yeah, I did plow it.
Allison
Actually,
said,
I didn't plow it. Johnny Edgerton plowed it.
That's right.
No, Johnny and
you plowed
Paul.
it. You plowed it with Tom Tom. I seen you plowing
I did a couple of rounds. Johnny,
Thomas
Paul,
Henry.
and maybe Nick. So yeah, it was 3 or 4 other people plowing it. I didn't plow it.
Allison said he has the Traeger Ironwood 885. It's the best combo pellet grill / smoker.
Ooh.
And she also
When
said,
she says pellet grill, I'm assuming it means I can cook a steak on it if I wanted to,
yeah,
like charcoal.
yeah, I would think so. And that's what we want because we like to have charcoal
Well, no, you
steaks.
wouldn't use charcoal. You still use pellets. You wouldn't use charcoal.
Are there charcoal pellets?
You could still use your charcoal grill and then do steak.
Okay.
I mean,
Let me see where is that. Elliot Lindsay says, y'all keep talking about all this food. I'm going to have to get up and fix something. I know, everybody's ready to eat. And
I got it. When live's over with, I'm going to go right over there to that Krispy Kreme donut box, and we're going to get us a Krispy Kreme donut.
Well, and I seen something on, I don't know if it's Facebook or wherever, but it says, we don't eat on Thanksgiving. We don't eat till Thanksgiving food. We starve till it's time to eat. And that's what I do. Well, usually with me and my dad, we would make little hors d'oeuvres, which is that summer sausage, cheese, crackers. Me and my dad would have our own little charcuterie type thing, and we would eat that and watch the Macy's Day Parade. And that was our tradition. I won't be able to do it this year because they're not going to be able to come here, but we're going to.
Do you want to get you a summer sausage for Thanksgiving?
I mean, no, because I'll be the only one to eat it, and it'll be a waste. And the summer sausage has to be the not all beef. I don't like the all beef one. It's got to have all the animals in it. You know, like just kind of bits of everything.
Kind of like bologna.
Yeah. I don't like all beef hot dogs either. The W said yes. That's who it is. Timbo says that's the best way to check your smoke alarms. I don't know. It takes a lot for them because I made some pecan pie cookies Saturday. And what it is you make a sugar cookie base, put a little dent in there, and put pecan pie filling in it and bake it. Well, apparently it caramelizes all that in the oven, so anytime I opened the oven, smoke just rolled out. And I was like, well, I think this might be normal because... And it was fine. The smoke alarm didn't go off, and I tried not to open the oven while they were cooking, but they were pretty good. I never made those cookies till Saturday, and they were pretty good. Bart says, my deer camera is going nuts. 4 raccoons having their Thanksgiving feast I just put out for the deer. The other night it was 6 raccoons and had to put out more corn today. Oh. And Bart also says prayers for the folks in our mountains.
Yes.
Yes, because
It's
snowing up there and everyone's kind of forgetting about them. I know the last thing...
I don't think everybody's kind of forgetting
Well, it
about
feels
them.
like it. I don't hear anything.
Well, the news is not saying nothing, but there's a lot of people getting them RVs. And
yeah, I know they're sending up
there's a lot of
heaters, RVs. There's some like little kerosene heaters and stuff. And even tents that have the heat in it, like a wood stove that has the chimney out of the tent.
And Meredith's been up there 2 or 3 times, and she's going a couple more times before the end of the year.
Yeah, and they need gasoline too for their, not because they don't have access to gasoline now, but because it's so expensive to run a generator 24/7 and keep getting gas for it for long term. So they're donating a lot of gas too.
I was telling Lino, to me, man, an RV is just the ultimate temporary housing. I mean, because you got a built-in kitchen, sink, bathroom, bed, and a little bit of a living room. I mean, that's the ultimate.
Oh yeah,
tiny house.
Yeah, because I mean, our camper, you know, it's not like really little, but it's not a giant fifth wheel.
But you could live.
I could live in it.
Yeah.
I could live in it easy, just because it's everything I would need. Jen Anderson says you can always put foil over them to keep them from burning, or turn your oven to a lower temperature. Well, gee, thanks, Jen. Yeah, I mean, I just...
What, over your toast or
cookies?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I mean, if I have it on low, then it takes forever to cook or to brown up.
Your cookies or your
toast?
Oh.
Farmer Eric says, if weather's bad, I'm usually at work on holidays, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the people who do our services, like fire, EMS, police.
Oh, yeah.
Nurses, hospital workers. Brian says, I mentioned it to the ASCS agent, and he said he would let it lay out for a couple years to let it completely die out. Planting the rye will help pull it out of the ground, that fungus.
Okay. Yeah, Brian, I seen where it said that you could let it winter out, plow it or cut it or basically let the winter kill it. I'm gonna plant watermelons there next year, so watermelons and cantaloupe. So then we'll plow it again, let that winter out, and hopefully we'll be okay.
Chicken Mama is on.
Hey, Chicken Mama.
Hello from Maryland. We enjoy sauerkraut with our turkey dinner. We are blessed to be living in the United States of America.
Yes, we are.
And Pecan Grove says we use Gulf rye. It doesn't have to be turned under.
Ah.
And Elliot Lindsay says, Krispy Kreme, now that's just wrong. Yeah, I got those from a fundraiser today. I haven't tried one yet, so I'm hoping that they're good. Because sometimes with fundraisers, you might get some that are a little older.
I wonder Danny, what is Gulf rye? Is that just a different brand of ryegrass? I mean, because what I'm using here obviously is winter rye.
Roger says, I love summer sausage if you need help eating it. I might, Roger. Yeah, maybe I can get one and give half of it to Roger.
Roger's made summer sausage before.
Oh, I'm sure he has. I'm sure it's better than mine. I don't want it to ruin what I'm used to, though.
I've seen him make it.
Yeah, I don't want him to ruin what I'm used to, though, with homemade kind. Adam Mays is on.
Hey, Adam.
Says, I'm thankful for my salvation, my kids, and definitely Chicken Mama, which is Lisa.
Amen. So Chicken Mama is Adam Mays'
wife. Yeah,
okay.
Lisa. And thank y'all both for watching. They both comment on here and watch from their different.
Both got their phones right there.
From both their YouTubes.
They better get in a different room because I would imagine it's a millisecond off. Unless they listen to one and comment on both.
Yeah, like I probably would do that.
Turn the volume down on one.
Yeah, like my volume would be down and you're playing it on your phone. Because I think I've done that on Danny and Wanda's stuff. Like you're watching it on the TV and I'll go in and comment on something. Lathman is on.
Hey, Lathman.
Says, hi, J&L. Joey, have you made any videos on rear axle oil seal replacement for the 140?
No, I have not. When I worked on my drop-down housings, it was when I first got the tractor. And I think when I did the brakes on it, that was before I was doing YouTube. So I haven't been back in that part of the tractor yet. That gets pretty deep and expensive. But it's not, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, the oil seals ain't expensive, but it's kind of hard getting them in there.
Danny says it's called Oregon ryegrass. Stands the cold really well.
Stands the cold really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a mistake last year, Danny, and I tried some rye cover crop, and I wound up getting ryegrass, which is like, you're begging for it if you're trying to plant something on it the next year. And so I plowed it under right when it sprouted up after I figured out what it was. Actually, you guys told me what it was. But this year I got it right, and so it's out there now, and it's doing pretty good. I'm hoping, and y'all tell me, I'm thinking I'm going to go out there and put a little fertilizer around my onions. I just planted them, and I want to give them a little something to get going on this winter. But y'all tell me if I'm thinking wrong on putting a little fertilizer around them onions. I'm really looking forward to a good crop of onions.
Me too, if they last.
Well, I think I can hang them in the shed, in the barn.
Well, because when you hung them in the shed, half of them were rotten by the time I got to them. Like they were soft and...
Well, that was some of my garlic, the onions I had on the shelf.
Oh, well, yeah, they were on the shelf and they were kind of smushy.
I don't know, it may need to be cooler or something, I don't know.
We might need to, which I don't want them to smell up my office.
They come in like in the hottest part of the summer.
Well, because I was thinking about my office in the closet, it's always cool in there.
Yeah, you can't put them in the house nowhere.
Yeah, they'll smell.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Maybe we need to put them under the house like you did the potatoes.
Yeah, but it's a little damp. I know.
Then you need to work out something.
Cooler and
I don't know
drier.
what.
I don't know.
I don't know. We need to look into how onions are stored.
And I saved some potatoes from last year, and I'm hoping they won't eye out too much before I have to plant them.
Stan says, Joey, have you ever used a John Deere 40 in that part of North Carolina?
A John Deere 40? No, I haven't. I've used a John Deere 1010, and that's about the closest. I drove Rogers B around the yard a little bit. I've never used it for anything.
Adam says, sitting in the same room watching on TV, both phones are muted.
Ah.
The delay would probably be horrible. Which I think that's what you do too, is you'll put it on the TV, but it's not on your phone.
I'll put Danny on the TV, and then if I watch,
Yeah. Janice says, Leno, family traditions are special keepsakes. They are. But me and my dad, me and my dad have a lot of keepsake stuff, like things he used to do, like when I was little, that are good memories. So, and he's the number one person that I have those type of traditions with, was him, of things he's done for me. Remember I told you all about the popcorn ball?
Yeah.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah, Ellie sent me another fishing video this morning.
Oh, about you and him fishing? Y'all need,
about a dad fishing.
Yeah, you need to go with them. They're being all sentimental and wanting, they miss fishing with you.
Every time I go with them, I skunk them.
Well, he's okay with that, obviously. He's used to it. And then he'll change his lure 5 times.
Yeah.
And you use the same one and keep reeling them in.
I get 2 out of my tackle box and put them in my pocket and then go catch
And
5.
Elliot's got all these flashy new things fresh out of the package because he just got them, But obviously, they enjoy it. Abby and Jordan are on.
Hello, Abby and Jordan.
Hello from Virginia. My 140 has no brakes to speak of. Do you have to take the tires off to adjust the brakes? Any advice?
You don't have to take them off to adjust the brakes. Couple things you're going to face, and these guys will probably tell you too. The 2 clevis points for the brake adjusting rods are notorious, super notorious for being rusted up and not free enough to do any type of adjusting on them. But let's say they are free enough and the threads are clean and you can adjust them, then yes, you can try to draw that band up a little bit so it'll be a rod, and if you shorten the rod, it's going to kind of draw the band up. But more than likely, it's not a lot of brake pad on those bands. They're probably wore out, and if they are, you'll have to pull the tires, the wheel weights and everything off, and what is called the drop down housing will have to come off because the brake band's inside of it. And that's how somebody asked just a minute ago about oil seal. That's how I replaced some oil seals on mine, because I had a flat tire which turned into, oh, well, we might as well put a brake on it since we're this far. Oh, we might as well fix the drop down housing since we're this far and seal it back up. So it went all the way through there.
Paul says, an axle seal that needs replacing. Feel free to film doing it for me. Yeah.
Is that Paul?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Pecan Grove says, yes, they're heavy nitrogen feeders.
Oh, yes.
And J. Pill says, I'm thankful for finding your channel. Really enjoy all your videos.
Well, thank you, JP. Danny, I watch a lot. I watch you plant stuff that feeds a lot of nitrogen, and other folks and stuff. But some of this, a lot of folks that comment sometimes and they'll tell me some stuff that I can buy. But man, it's so expensive. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't do that if I couldn't get commercial nitrogen, but I'm one of the ones that, I like the idea of a cover crop, but the nitrogen stuff, it's just sometimes it's so expensive for me to plant. I'm afraid I'll have $7 ear sweet corn by the time I figure my money into it.
Yeah, really.
And it's a fine line, and I don't mind using a little bit of commercial fertilizer. I've never claimed to be, total 100% organic, but I don't put anything else on it. I mean, I do put a little 7 dust on the potatoes, but somebody talked me out of that last year. I'm gonna spray it this year. The honeybees. Yeah, I'm gonna use a liquid 7 dust if I do my potatoes again.
So that they can,
So the honeybees don't get the dust and take it back to the honeybee hive.
yeah. Look at you being all
I
environmental
forgot. I
friendly.
don't remember who it was told me that.
Wasn't it the guy who does all the honey in Caswell?
No, it was somebody on the
Oh,
channel
okay.
here. Because I put 7 dust on the potatoes, which is literally, guys, about the only chemical I use is on the potatoes. And he said, consider using liquid 7 dust so it don't mess up the honeybees.
Okay.
Because I do like my honeybees.
The W says, my wheat just started coming up and I have to plant onions Wednesday before church. And Pat Doka says, my onions did the same thing as far as getting smushy.
Smushy and small. My garlic didn't keep good for some reason, and some of it didn't come out of the ground right. Some of them had soft heads on them as when you pulled them out. And I mean, they were big heads,
Yeah.
but it was all whole, no garlic. And I still had quite a bit. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I had enough to plant a whole nother row this year. But yeah, I want to get good on onions.
Adam
That's
Mays,
something I've never been able to do.
Adam Mays said, we used a water-soluble 20-20-20 on onions and garlic after planting.
Ah.
And
Well, I was going to take, and y'all, if y'all watched that video, y'all seen how I planted those things 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 all the way down the row. I was going to take my peg and stick in the middle of 4 of them. So pick 4, put the peg down in the middle, and just take me a little bit of 10, 10, 10 and put in that hole and cover it up. And do that every 4 groups of onions, so they all 4 got something to feed off of this winter. It's what I had in my mind to do.
as long as Ollie don't get in there and try to lick it.
Man, if them cats get in there and dig my onions up, I'm telling you, I may go buy an airsoft gun. I'm just saying, an airsoft gun or a paintball, one or the other.
Roger said the 1010 replaced the 40 very similar tractors.
Ah.
The 1010 replaced the 40.
Well, I was talking about your 1010, Roger, driving it. I didn't get to drive it much. I drove it a little bit. It seemed like I remember that thing hard to start. Maybe I may not be remembering right.
Bart says, Joey, try putting your onions in the pack house. That's where my neighbor puts their potatoes because it stays cooler.
Yeah, I was going to do the feed barn over here.
Bart says also my onions are up too. I planted the little bulbs and I'm thinking about putting fertilizer to them this week.
The ones I got, I'm pretty sure were started from some sort of seed. I got them from Hoss Tools, and I'm pretty sure they were started from some sort of seeds.
Roger said lots of times the flashy is for the consumer appeal. In other words, to sell a lure. And he says, I need to do brakes on the 130. There's your video opportunity.
Yeah, there you go.
Brakes on the 130.
I got an impact at taking wheels off too.
T. Hawkins says, my 140 hitch doesn't go low enough to hook up to my plow or disc. It's low as it will go physically. Any advice?
Look at the lift rod and make sure that the threads are not screwed all the way up on it. You may be able to, at the spring on the lift rod, you may be able to unscrew that some. And I actually have to do that a little bit with my one bottom plow versus hooking the disc up versus a couple of, I have to adjust that. And sometimes, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but I have a little crude spacer on my spring arm versus my threads, and sometimes I take it completely out too. If I'm plowing, I take it completely out. So yeah, check that spring rod and make sure it's hooked to the right arm up here. I'm sure it is up there, but that spring arm is where all of that, that's where all that's going to come from right there.
Paul said, my left seal leaks pretty good. The left brakes don't do much either. Wouldn't be surprised if the brakes are well lubed.
Yeah, those seals leaking on them brakes, they don't give them much friction there.
Joey Neal says, Joey hung my onions up in produce sacks and are keeping pretty fair. Find a bad one every now and then.
Okay. He actually has a nice setup on keeping potatoes too. He sent me a couple pictures of it.
Woolherstead says, I like Australian winter peas as a cover crop and let the deer eat them down. Then you get deer manure too. And Pecan Grove says onions need feeding every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So
A little bit of 10, 10, 10
yeah,
every 2 weeks.
you better be putting it on your calendar.
Yeah.
A reminder. Bart says it could be the type of onions we planted because mine did the same thing last year, but my shelter does get hot in the summer, and so does ours.
Yeah. Well, I wanna keep them fed and when it starts warming up and stuff, have plenty of stuff under them and make big bowls. And I gotta scrape the dirt around them too. So there goes one of your nice spoons.
No, we'll find something. You need to ask me before you use something just out of the kitchen.
Yeah, but the spoon works so good.
That's why you just had to buy me a new cake carrier, because I cannot find half of my other one. And I guarantee you, somebody's like, oh, this would hold, let me put some stuff in here to.
Well, theoretically, you probably, something that round and that deep, theoretically, you probably could put gasoline in it.
Mm-hmm. And wash bolts with it or something.
Bolts, or theoretically, wheel bearings would probably do pretty good.
And I'm always so busy, I don't see people leaving my home with things from my kitchen. I just see them out there like in the next season, and they've got, like grease and oil in them. And I'm like, what is this? And so then they get outraged 6 months after they've done it because I didn't notice that they took it from my kitchen. Because like a cake carrier, you don't need that every day. So you don't know someone stole the top of your cake carrier to use for some outdoor reason.
I didn't steal the cake, but the cake carrier was already out there.
Okay.
I don't know why it was out there. Maybe I thought it was still away.
No.
Well, Sammy you probably had a cake in
Right.
it. He went and threw the cake away, set it down in the shed, and didn't ever bring it back inside.
May have. I don't know.
That's pretty plausible.
Because I also found one of my good spatulas out there too.
Yeah.
And
Well, we would have been using that for steak or something.
I know, but it didn't come back in.
No.
So anyway, sorry I'll have to hear our little family
And your plastic bowl,
housekeeping issues.
your cheap blue plastic bowl is out there, but I showed you that. That's got Avipel in it.
Yeah. But you remember, I was looking for it in the camper because that was my camper salad bowl. So not only my house, but the camper gets items taken from
You
it.
don't want to eat out of that bowl no
Oh,
more.
I know. I had to get a different one. Timbo says, 10 is awesome.
10.
Jim Kaufman's on.
Hey, Jim.
He says, was it Andy Lawson that talked about 7 dust and honeybees?
It may have been. It may have been Andy. I couldn't remember who it was.
Janice says, I wish everyone a happy and blessed Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Janice.
And Brian says, T. Hawkins, I'm happy to help you with your lift concern if you need. Just let me know. And Roger says, Sammy carried it out to the shop for you, Joey. Right.
Probably
And you
did.
got to realize I'm the only woman in a house of, without, when the boys are still here, all of them, a house of 4 boys, 4 males. I'm the only woman. So I don't always see when my stuff gets taken, because I've put up with a lot of, like, finding spoons in the yard and then they're bent over and, just crazy stuff that has happened. You guys don't know half of it. So I think we can call it a night. It's getting late.
Wow, what time is it?
8:58.
Golly, Leno.
Well,
You're cutting
I
the
don't
line
want to.
by
I don't
2
want to
minutes.
keep yawning on camera. I'm reaching my.
Man.
I'm getting sleepy. The W says Happy Thanksgiving and thanks for all the prayers.
Thank you, W.
Thank you, and we'll continue to pray about your dad.
Yeah, W. He's on the list. Don't worry about that.
But like I said, remember to check on people this week. If you think someone doesn't have anywhere to go or will be alone on Thanksgiving, you need to call them, stop by, invite them over. Even if they don't come, just you inviting them could mean the world to somebody.
Oh, I'm sure. Yep.
Oh, wait. Stan says, those old porcelain bins are useful as oil drains or cleaning up small parts. Just throw away stuff. Brian says, get Leno a Red Bull.
A Red Bull?
Yeah, to stay up.
Oh, yeah.
And Lathman says, everyone give a thumbs up before leaving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep, happy Thanksgiving. If everything works out right, we'll do a live of a turkey fry.
Yeah, so you may see Joey live. What time would that be, you think?
If we're gonna eat at 2, and I want to let it set for 30
I'd say
minutes.
12.
So that's 1:30, and you had to. So that maybe would be from like 12:30 to 1:30.
Yeah, and if you set up your notifications, go to Joey's channel. You'll see the little bell for notify me. Click that bell so that if he is live, it'll pop up as a notification on your phone.
I need to start getting you on every video saying subscribe, like, click the notification, because I am terrible.
Well, but
asking to do that.
In your defense, most people know how YouTube works.
Well, yeah.
You have to subscribe to see their videos again. But the whole, like the bell, they may not know to do that.
Yeah.
So that's why I mentioned that part.
Well, no, but I mean, I watch a lot of channels. I mean, they got this little fancy click button, subscribe here. I guess I just need to learn to say it more. I don't say it a lot.
And Martha Neal says Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Martha Neal.
And Brian says Happy Thanksgiving. And Danny for Pecan Grove.
Hey, Danny, thank you.
George Wallace.
George Wallace.
Well, George Wallace Jr., excuse me.
George Wallace Jr.
Janice says, or even take them a plate. Yeah, if there's shut-ins or they can't get out, yes, by all means, take them a plate. Sit with them for 10 minutes. Just be present is, I guess, the most important thing. Be present whether you invite them or you go over and take them something. So that's a good idea, Janice. So Joey Neal and everyone saying Happy Thanksgiving. And I guess you'll see Joey hopefully Thursday on his live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lord willing.
Yeah. William May, fried turkey is delicious. We agree, William May.
All right,
that's the only way to eat it.
We'll end it on that.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you. God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully see you Thursday. Where my glasses be?